Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Passive Income Network. And on this podcast, we talk about investments, business, and innovative technologies. Appreciate y'all all for tapping in. Today, we have a special guest that's been in the crypto space for a while. We're going to get some insights into all things crypto. So I hope y'all enjoy this one. Again, welcome, DEEZY, to the show.
Man, welcome. Thank you for having me. Like the T-shirt says, today is a good day, or at least the song says it. At least,
Most definitely. Got to be a fan of Ice Cube. If you're on the West
yeah, I
Coast,
don't
big
like the
shout out.
Supersonics, and I want the Lakers to beat them. But besides that, I like everything other, all the other lyrics in the song.
Definitely. Super Sonics, man, they left Seattle anyway, so we don't really
Yeah,
care.
I was a
I'm in
Houston
Canton.
Rockets fan, so I'm older. So like the Sean Kemp, Gary Payton days,
Yeah.
they're rivals.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Classic, definitely. All right. Again, thank you for being on the show. You're doing great work in the space, so I appreciate it. For the audience here, can you give them a background on yourself, like how long you've been in crypto and what you do in the space in general?
Yeah, man, I first learned about crypto, I want to say about 2013, maybe 2012. It was from 4chan, and I had a buddy who was using Silk Road try to convince me, hey, man, you got to check this thing out. It's called Bitcoin. You got to check it out. Meanwhile, he had lost several Bitcoin in a hard drive. He's like, I remember he pointed at the hard drive. He's like, yeah, I got some Bitcoin stuck on there. It's a newer, I knew a little bit about it. I was like, well, what do you mean stuck? He's like, yeah, I forgot. I think he said password. Maybe he meant his seed phrase, passphrase. I don't know. It's like, yeah, I like kind of forgot a password. Now it's just lost forever. I was like, well, I don't know. He's like, yeah, but you got to buy it. And then shortly thereafter, he lost all his funds with the Silk Road hack. And, so he was using it to buy some pharmaceutics. And it's just like, yeah, so I just lost it all in a hack, and I lost it because I lost a password. But you got to get this stuff, man. And I was like, I'm happy just buying silver. Fast forward, I ended up FOMOing in during the bear market between 2017, 2018. I saw the run up in 2017, and I
Mm.
had no idea Bitcoin was going to go to 20K. I thought it was going to definitely reject at 10K. And the whole time I'm telling myself, I'm going to buy the dip. I'm going to buy the dip. It shot up to 20K. I actually waited. I didn't FOMO in. And then, when I had checked, I think as it declined, I first started buying, I want to say around 9, spiked up to 13. And then, I just bought through that bear market, started making crypto
Mm.
content around 2020. And I've been full time for almost 4 years now.
Hey, that sounds nice. Congrats on that. Um, my story a little different. I met a dude in like around 2018. I was like riding the city train, the Max, and then he was, started talking to me, and he's talking about crypto, and I was like, "What you talking about?" And then he was trying to show me this platform. I think it was called Polonex or something like that. So I went home, tried to do a little research. I was like, "This thing sounds sketchy. Let me back off." Then it ended up during about 2020, I started really hearing about crypto, and then I was like, "Okay, this might be something right here." So then early 2021, I finally dived in, but we was pretty much already in a bull market. So most of my time has been spent in the bear. So a lot of learning I have to do, but it's exciting.
Well, you know what, though? You did more than what most people do, and that is stick through it, through the bear. And then you took it even another level. You really dove into the ecosystem, started making content,
Facts.
started educating other people as well as yourself. And I think future self is going to thank current self. And I think your future viewers are also going to thank your current viewers as well. So go ahead, whatever you're watching it on, share, like, repost, help us out.
Appreciate it. So let's dive in. Bitcoin, like we'll start with Bitcoin. So we seen Bitcoin hit, 73,000 earlier this year, right? Then we got the tumble down the market all throughout the summer. Started the doubt came back around, the fear came back around. Then all of a sudden, the election, Trump, all this stuff happens. Then boom, Bitcoin almost touched 100,000 last week. Speak on Bitcoin and where you think it can go this year and possibly next year, and your thoughts on all the institutional adoption.
Well, I had to update my Bitcoin price prediction. I came in, I thought we were going to be, low 100, 120, 140. But we just had Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, co-founder of Ethereum, the second largest crypto. He just gave a new price prediction for the next 12, 24 months. He says it's likely Bitcoin goes to 250,000 to $500,000 within the next 2 years. And he's saying one of the primary reasons we're seeing that massive adoption. We're seeing it on the state level, federal level, other countries, and we're starting to see it on the corporate level as they're adding it to their balance sheets. If all these catalysts really start to pick up steam and continue to adopt, more corporations, more countries, and get some states to really add it to their state treasuries,
Mhm.
$250,000 Bitcoin, very doable in 2025.
That makes sense. You know, I'm looking at MicroStrategy. Like I put a tweet out the other day. I was like, man, 2020, I should have mortgaged the house, like he said, and then put everything on Bitcoin. You know, so we seen him do that, and now they up billions of dollars. MicroStrategy stock is one of the best stocks out there right now because of his Bitcoin strategy, and he's still pushing. And that's impressive. What do you think about, you know, like we say, you talking about states and what, but the government, like do you think that would help the United States government get back on track financially if they adopt?
Oh no, that cat's out of the bag, man. We have already got high off our own supply. We drank off the Kool-Aid. You know, we have
Mhm.
basically created such a situation where we'll probably never recover from. And I love, love America. You know, I saluted the
For sure.
flag. I was brainwashed in elementary school, just like all the other
Yeah,
kids. And
that's
I
it, man.
support that brainwashing, by the way. I'm not saying it's bad. We should brainwash kids to like the country that they grow up in. But when you're seeing what's happening to our debt situation, we're over $35 trillion in debt. It's a little bit more than this now, but as of about 6 months ago, we pay interest on our debt, right? So we have a bill, just like a credit card bill. You can not use your credit card ever, but you're still going to have a bill every month because you got to pay down that interest. Right now, just the interest payments, not our deficit, not what we're spending to, keep
Yep.
a damn employee, keep his badge shiny. Just our debt payments on the interest, $1 billion every 8 hours. And so we're at the
Mm.
point now where the US government is like torching $1 billion corporation in value every 8 hours. And so if seems like our debt has increased to the point and Americans aren't going to allow enough inflation to really inflate our way out of it. There would be
Facts.
riots. You
Yeah.
saw what happened with the egg prices recently. I
Yep.
think we may never recover from this, and America is on its way to its doom spiral to being surpassed by either India or China as the top economic power.
100%, I agree. I think we just hit 36 trillion. So I don't see no out to that either. I'm loving crypto as well. And I understand why a lot of us, I'll say us younger generation, definitely is attracted to it in the United States. Makes a lot of sense. And I agree, China makes things different. You know, all their manufacturing and you know, I feel like they're more homogenous and they're one people more. Here we got a lot of different opinions, but the debt, I don't think no one can stop. Very true. So let's jump over to Ethereum. Lately I've been using Base. I'll say for like the last
Yeah.
year, I've been like, damn, Base is great. I had a lot of doubt with Ethereum when I first got into crypto early 2021. I was trying to mint some NFTs. That was something I was, oh, this is cool. But I went to Ethereum. This is when Ethereum was running. I'm like, I'm not about to pay $150 to mint one NFT. I didn't know what was going on. So I found other blockchains like Algorand and whatnot. Get over to Base now, and I'm loving Ethereum again because of Base. So, what's your thoughts on the future of Ethereum, the scaling, and what are some L2s that you interested in?
Ethereum's probably never going to be replaced. A lot of Solana maxis think Solana can replace Ethereum. I mean, Solana went down within a year ago. It went down, what, eight
Yeah,
times in 2021. I
yep.
don't think Visa can credibly suggest using Solana in any kind of major capacity, knowing that it can shut down. So, how are
Hmm.
you going to buy that cup of coffee if Solana network is down? And maybe they could spin up some, fixes. Oh, yeah, maybe pulls from a liquidity pool, or Visa has funds that can kind of cover a few hours of operations or credit card spending. But that doesn't seem like any kind of realistic solution there. So I don't see Ethereum being replaced. As far as base, though, there are some base gems. I think
Hmm.
Aerodrome, maybe it's a little late for Aerodrome. Moonwell might be a good shot. But I want to educate your audience here. You can go check out Base's website and they show you different ecosystems. It's base.org. Make sure you're not going
Okay.
to a fake one. And in their webpage, they have the different types of genres or different categories. And so they have stable coins, they have DeFi, they have NFTs, and they have all these different tabs. You click on DeFi, you see probably 40 different protocols. So, all these people trying to do DeFi. But at the end of the categories, there's about 8 of them. They have 2 that have an X in it. And I believe it's the one that says X chain. That just means cross chain. And there's
Hmm.
one project under X chain, and that's Layer Zero Labs. I'm fairly certain, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I was just looking at this not that long ago. Coinbase Ventures is investing in this token, and this token has not done the giant run up We've seen a lot of other tokens, XRP, XLM, Cardano,
Yeah.
Solana, Polkadot.
Mhm.
We've seen all these other coins go on this run. Layer zero looks like maybe the whales are accumulating this. So if you're bullish on base, you're not going to get rich by an ETH. Aerodrome probably ran. I would check out ZRO Layer Zero.
Layer zero. Thank you for that, Jim. Y'all make sure y'all do y'all research. I'm definitely about to check that out. Like I said, base, man, it was a smart idea for them not to drop a token and
Yep.
just use Ethereum. I was like, that's genius. And then you got the Coinbase branding, all the Coinbase support. I'm like, this is a no-brainer. That's why the TVL or the total market size, all of that, like on Moonwell, is going up and up. I use it. And that's what I'm pushing to a lot of people who are uncomfortable with all these other chains
I
out there.
think every strong base play, if Brian Armstrong gets a real type of role within the Trump administration. I don't know if
Oh
he's
yeah.
crypto czar or I don't know if he's just an advisor, but if Brian Armstrong or one of the previous executives also vying for this position, if we get one of the key Coinbase executives to be ingratiated high in the Trump organization, I think every strong base coin is going to do like a 5 to 10x. And I
Oh.
think the odds of that happening aren't super small. And so if you really start thinking about like expected value and, you know, kind of do the math in your brain, I think all the base plays are severely undervalued at these points.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree, man. Base on fire. All right, so Cardano. Let's
Not
talk
Bobby
about
Brown
Cardano.
style, not like Bobby Brown. That's a different type of base on fire. That's
Oh
like
no, no,
Hunter
no, no
Biden.
junkie.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Not like that.
for sure. So Cardano. I know a little bit about Cardano, but not too much. I have actually interviewed Chris Bard of Project Catalyst, and I love what they doing over there. So can you talk to the audience about Cardano? Kind of what you like about Cardano? What's your bullish take on it, and where do you see it going in the next year or
All
so?
right, Cardano's the first generation 3 blockchain, and they did a different type of model. They didn't just rush into smart contracts. They didn't just rush into all these different expanding tools. And you know what? It's actually the longest running blockchain with zero downtime or zero missed blocks or any
Mhm.
kind of rollbacks. Even Bitcoin went down. Bitcoin went down in 2010. Ethereum had to be forked because hackers exploited it. And
Ethereum
Solana went
Classic.
down like a dozen times in 2021. So Cardano is actually the longest running blockchain in existence as far as all the major blockchains go. So that right there, that is very attractive if you
Mhm.
are looking into election systems, trying to incorporate cryptocurrency, and if you're looking at payment systems, trying to integrate cryptocurrency. So that's going to be very attractive. Also, we have the founder, Charles Hoskinson, also getting in tight with the Trump administration. He might have some type of role as a crypto advisor. Also, it's just fully out there, decentralized. It's not a VC pump and dump. It's not going to be, shilled by the shady actors where they're saying buy the coin here and they're selling on their coin over there. So Cardano
Right.
has a strong community, but the number one thing that makes me bullish on Cardano is during the bear market, no community was more enthused, no community was more diamond handed, and at this current run up as we shot up to $1, I feel like not a lot of people sold, and that's not really what you're seeing in some of these other coins after a pump.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. Like some of the other ecosystems have been so beat down, people just happy to, break even, get a little bit of profit and on to the next thing. I definitely see that. Cardano people are bullish. Like, so it is very impressive. Stable coins. What stable coins are on Cardano or what's coming to Cardano?
That's the big issue. So Circle, which is behind USDC, and Tether aligns with this somewhat as well. Governments want to be able to roll back your stable coins. They want to be able to freeze North Korea's funds. That's what they call it. But, I think we saw with the trucker situation in Canada,
Oh
maybe
yeah,
it isn't
yeah,
going to stop at
yeah.
despotic regimes. Maybe it's not going to stop at terrorism. Maybe it's going to come for you. And so
Yeah.
Cardano doesn't really have that built into the system. It's a unspent transaction model, or it's kind of like Bitcoin, where you're not having a smart contract kind of say all these things and kind of execute, and then it's like being validated. Like it has to, like the coin has to leave the cash register before anything is kind of updated on the blockchain. Or with smart contracts, you can kind of obfuscate some of that. Now I'm like kind of
Yeah.
speaking way above my pay grade here, but with that, we're going to see slow adoption with Cardano on the stable coins. There's really not a strong ecosystem. There's the ZED stable coin, but it fluctuates 4 or 5 cents. Then there's like
Oh,
USDM, but it doesn't really have the liquidity. If USDT or USDC is added to ADA, expect that price to probably do a 100% pump over, I would say, the next 10 to 20 days after that announcement.
Yeah, that would be dope because one of my biggest things in crypto is like we need to be able to spend crypto anywhere and everywhere, especially in the United States. I feel like we'll be really bullish on that. But the only way to do that is with a stable coin. I'm not into that freeze and claw back. You know, if I go spend $1, you can't claw back my dollar. So we need the digital version of that. I think it was H bar got something with like Fed now, but you know that seems really federal. So I'm not quite sure about how that's going to work out. And a lot of the Fed stuff, as we know, is really slow. So we'll see what the Doge efficiency people do about fixing some things. We'll see. But yeah, stable coins, like I know it was there's a thing called immersive, and I know they have trial runs, I believe in Australia and Europe is coming next, where you can basically spend with a digital MasterCard and directly it was take out USDC out of your crypto wallet. So that's something that I've been watching and I want to see. With the US real quick, we'll backtrack to the US. What do you think is going to happen with the Gary Gensler leaving,
Mm-hmm.
Trump in office, and then we got potentially one of these new people that's pro crypto will replace Gary Gensler? What you think?
I think we get a Hulk Hogan, Gary Gensler WrestleMania cage match. Now, more seriously, I think, we're going to get a lot more clarity. I think US based blockchains are going to do very, very well. I think they're going to have a lot of doors that are now open that have previously been closed. And I think we're also starting to see signs of almost secret accumulation by BlackRock. And if you, kind of pay attention to what the power that BlackRock has, it doesn't just end at their $10 trillion in assets under management. They can kind of dictate board of directors and they can dictate, what a bank may or may not allow. Or they may kind of direct what that gas station or retail store may or may not allow. And so BlackRock has a whole bunch of Bitcoin and they're partnered with Circle. And then they also happen to own, say, 7-Eleven. They're incentivized to have 7-Eleven kiosks all to accept Bitcoin. All the credit card machines start accepting Bitcoin. And so as we're starting to see BlackRock start invest, I can't help but start feeling bullish on the industry as a whole. And there will be that real adoption of, crypto kind of as a stable coin being used by your credit card.
Man, I can't wait because it's very exciting, man. Because like even going over to a different country, you got to do all this transferring of money. Some countries take the U.S. dollar, but if we can just go over there with our wallet, we got the internet and just pay with a stable coin or some Bitcoin. That's the wave right there. It would, wreck a lot of these people in the middle with their fees. But
let me stop. There's a viewer. There's a viewer. I'm pointing at you, viewer. The viewer who's like, I'll never spend my Bitcoin. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm tired of you saying that. We are not immortal beings. I'm not a vampire, okay? I can't buy Bitcoin and go sleep in the coffin for 20 years. I have a light bill. I have a mortgage. I have gasoline I got to put in my vehicle.
Facts.
And so it is and there's also good times to sell. Guess what? Last cycle, you should have sold at 50, 60, and then you could have bought in under 20. And guess what? You tripled your Bitcoin. So these people are like, I'll never sell my Bitcoin. You're just thinking about the game wrong. Yes, there are periods. Do not touch your Bitcoin. In fact, honestly, it's probably 3 years out of 4. But there is a period where Bitcoin dominant, you just see Bitcoin's price falling. It's all the miners are selling. The 4-year cycle still king. The 4-year cycle is going to play out. And so it's okay to sell your Bitcoin, folks. You're not selling your kidney. You're not selling your firstborn's blood rights.
And that's how they be acting, though. I'm like, you crazy. Like, I don't believe in riding the asset all the way up, all the way back down. That don't make sense. You got to take something off the table. As you said, they don't accept Bitcoin on mortgages. Yeah. And if they do, y'all going to be using it. So it makes sense to me. All right. Outside of these coins that we talked about, what other ecosystems you looking at, or what would you suggest people research on? What are you looking at?
I love Base. I love Cardano. We kind of cover that. I think Chainlink is in a good position as far as a safer bet. There's going to be other coins that do a 10x, 50x if you get that crazy moonshot, that crazy meme coin or whatever.
Yep.
But I think Chainlink, if Bitcoin craps the bed, really pulls an Amber Turd here, like full blown Johnny Depp's the sheets here. I think Chainlink isn't going to pull back that much. Just like Bitcoin won't pull back as much, Ethereum won't pull back as much. A lot of the other coins, though, if there is a significant pullback, you can see those coins from these levels fall another 80%, fall 50%.
Facts.
You can do it really quickly.
This year.
even this year. But I'm hearing rumors that BlackRock is starting to integrate some Chainlink stuff. And not only that, the SEC, this is breaking news. I'm going to make a video on this, probably going out over the weekend here. They released a report and they covered the top 15 cryptocurrencies. And they said whether or not you can see an ETF, if it's sufficiently decentralized to see an ETF, there were only 3 coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. And so if you are bullish on those ecosystems, you can then get the smaller plays within those ecosystems. So Bitcoin, maybe get the meme coin Dog. I think Dog is actually probably a good buy right now. I want to buy Dog, but it's a pain. Can I say the A word here?
Say what you need to say.
It is a pain in the ass to buy some Dog meme coin that's on the Bitcoin blockchain. You got to like get a Bitcoin wallet or be on one of those like really crappy exchanges. I don't feel like doing all that. Guess what? I'm going to probably miss the pump. But there's also the same opportunity in Ethereum, same opportunity in Cardano. Ethereum, I would say that one is really tough to kind of navigate the winners versus the losers. There's so much money in the ecosystem. It's just a lot of noise. And so it's hard to filter what's, good signal, what's a bad signal. So that one you really got to be plugged into. I would say avoid Ethereum and choose one L2, maybe 2. I would choose Base. I think that's where the attention is going to be. Avalanche, I'm not going to be mad at you. Polygon, probably not going to be mad at you. You start going to some of the other ones, I'm like, I'd rather be at Base. And then we got Cardano. Go to Tap Tools. I think it's taptools.io. It has all the Cardano plays. You can see the category on the left and just be like, all right, what's the top DeFi token? What's the top exchange token? What are the 2 exchange tokens? Look at them. What's the top meme? I think SNEC, very, very undervalued. Also a pain in the ass to buy. And so in that, there is opportunity. Once SNEC and once Dog are on Coinbase, are on Binance, the pump's basically baked in, right? You're not going to get that 10, 20x. You're going to get a 2x. You're going to get a 5x, and that's fine. Go ahead and get these tokens before they're on Coinbase. I just gave some winners.
I like it. Thank you. That sounds good because I'm on the wave of if it's way too hard to get, I'm probably going to avoid it. I had some bad experiences trying to do all this and that to go get that coin. But as you said, I'm really bullish on Base as well, and I still like Ethereum. And then me personally, I'm really into Algorand as well. It's been beat down. However, it is a really solid blockchain, and it's finally getting a little bit more attention now. 2 pumps in 1 year is like, godsend right there.
My thoughts on Algo is it's been pumping really hard when the altcoins have been pumping, and it hasn't been dumping as hard. I think that one might run hard this cycle too, man.
Yeah, it's due for one. It's been the ecosystem's been growing.
And the last lesson on I'm not giving you fish, I'm teaching you how to fish. Grayscale investment trusts. A lot of those are going to be the next wave of the major ETFs, and so maybe check out some of their investment trusts.
Have you seen the Coinbase 50? A lot of those
Coinbase 50 is also going to be pretty big, and more important than the Coinbase 50, look at the weightings. And so if you're at like the bottom 30, is there one that has an outsized weighting relative to their market cap? Like there's a whole lot of, I think I'm pretty much correct, a lot of 0.4%. I believe maybe it's 0.04. But then there's these like little sparkles of like 0.12 or 0.08. So they're kind of coming in double or triple some of their peers with similar market caps. And if the Coinbase 50, their same market cap, but there's 3 times the amount of the shares of this coin versus this coin, I'm betting on that one.
Yep, facts. All right. So as we slowly start to close out, what's an exit strategy for someone's new to crypto? They hopped in, let's say last year. They got in sometime this year, this summer. What's an exit strategy if you're into some of these assets? How do you look to get out?
Time-based strategy, not a price-based strategy. I used it last cycle. It worked out swimmingly. I sold mostly November 2021. I was able to turn that into a down payment on a home. And so I'm more of a time-based seller, not a price-based seller. And some of the best metrics you can look at are days after halving. Go ahead, do your own research, look at the halving dates. If you pull up, it's called tradingview.com. They have great charts on there. And if you go to indicators, you can type in Bitcoin halving. You do that, you'll see the lines. They'll give you big vertical lines every time there's a Bitcoin halving. Happens every 4 years, 2024, 2020, 2016, 2012. So look at when did we peak after the halving? I want to say it's typically want to say it's like 500 days. I'm kind of speaking out of turn here, around 550.
Yep.
You know, do the math yourself and then just say, all right, I want to kind of not choose. I'm selling 100% on that Tuesday. You know, be like, all right, I plan on exiting over, say, 2 months or 1 month or, you know, 2 weeks, 4 months, whatever it might be. And then look at that chart and say, all right, if that happens on November 2025, I will start my selling in September, October, and then use that as your strategy. So use time, not price, because price, you'll end up lying to yourself. And then you'll end up saying, well, I said I'd sell at $10, but I think it's going to 20 now. You'll find yourself in that trap.
Yeah, I know many people that I talk to along my journeys, like, man, they get a 10x, which is, you know, a gift. And then they like, it could do another 10. Let's wait till it go to, you know, 2 billion. And then they ride it all the way back
Yeah.
down.
The
and then
internet
they
says it's
sell
going
it
to a penny. Like, oh my
every
God,
time.
dude.
Or $1 is what I hear about.
Yeah.
Every coin that's 1 cent. 100x, 100x. So I try to stay away from that, fade all that noise. Time-based strategy, I like that. Make sure y'all go check out TradingView. I use that platform a lot of my videos. Go look at that Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving, what month was it? It was this summer, right? Or
What's that? It was
spring.
April. It was supposed
Yeah,
to be
April.
420 and ended up being 419.
Okay, yeah, a little day earlier than a great holiday.
Damn
Okay,
those degens.
right?
Can just like slow down on solving the Bitcoin blocks.
I know they did a great job though. Cause we pumping. All right. So as we close out, is there anything anything else you'd like to share or let the audience know? Any gems that you can drop before you go?
You know what, folks? I think we just gave you all the alpha. It's already drinking from a fire hydrant. So let's not spread the message. Go repost this. Go share this content. This man is putting out great stuff. And we sure will see you at the top.
Excellent. Appreciate you, DEEZY. Let's definitely do this again sometime. If you can wait backstage, and then I'll close out. All right, y'all. You heard it from here right now. All the gems of crypto, high ecosystems, a great exit strategy, and always how to go do your own research. I appreciate you for tapping in. This is the Passive Income Network. We talk about investments, business, and innovative technologies. Make sure you leave your thoughts below. And if you're listening on pure audio, I thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace, y'all. Passive income, gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals.